and welcome to Pumpkin's Nail Station. Today we're going to be using a couple of colours from the SXC Vampire Polygel kit, and we're also going to be using the base and the no wipe top coat, the brush that came from the set. I've got this little brush here, which is a little clean-up brush from the Beatles gel set that I got, and we're just going to use a bit of primer over these tips before we add the base coat. The tips I've got on are the AliExpress Gel-X dupes. I have filed them and filed underneath, that's why they look a bit like that. And we're aiming to get some polygel that looks a bit like this. This is the first hand that I've done, and I've done the thumbnail on this set, but we're just going to do these four on camera. So we're going to wipe these nails with a bit of alcohol first. I've already filed and shaped them and added them on off camera, and I did use the base coat from this set. No, I used the base coat first, and then I used the Builder base by I Mainly to stick it down. That's what I used. Okay, so I'm just going to get the brush out. I was using a different brush before, but I thought for filming purposes we need a new SXC brush out. I'm just going to get rid of that. Just going to clean it off in some alcohol. And it's better just to dip a bit of alcohol on that so it comes off easier on there. So I'm just going to prime these and add some base coat to them. Okay, so I've added on a primer to the nails so that the base coat sticks properly to it. I'll just let that dry, and then I'm going to add the base coat from the SXC Polygel kit, and then I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds in my lamp. So I'll do that on all the nails that eventually, but I'm just going to do 2 nails at a time, just because I find that a bit easier. So I'm just doing that, and then I'll be back. Okay, right, so we're here. So we're going to use Lucinda first. I did that. And then get a bit of this. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to be overlaying the polygel over these tips, over the cured base coat. I'm going to apply just what I think I need, and then I'm going to just evenly pull it down the nail, trying to shape a bit of an apex. I am not good at this, but I have a go. Basically try and cause like a little arch in the nail. Like I say, you've just got to practice and try all this out, really. It's just one of those things. I'll try and make it as thin as I can around the cuticle and the side walls and the side of the tips, and I just try to angle my brush downwards going down the tip to get that natural arch. So I do that. I don't overstretch the polygel, because if you do, that's when you're going to get those marks that look weird, because you've overstretched the colour out of the polygel. But this is a really nice one. It levels out really well. I've got no marks in it, even when it's at its darkest state. I absolutely love this polygel. I think SXC has got to be one of my top 3 that I would use. It's good quality, and I've never had a problem with it, and it's super glossy. I just love the colours that they come out with, and this is a really, really cool kit. So I'm just going to let you watch this, and then I'm going to come back. But we're going to overlay 4 tips in this video. We're going to do 2 grey, 2 red, and then add a top coat. I think we buffer nail and we top coat. So yeah, I didn't actually get round to doing the nail art because I've had things going on at home, but anyway, at least they can stay on a bit longer now, and I don't have to worry about taking them off because they've got nail art on them. Okay, I'm going to let you watch this anyway and shut up and just let you focus on what's going on and play you some music. Back in a minute. I'm just going to cure that one like that. My finger does look a bit wonky that way, but that's just my finger. It looks better when it's like that. So I'm just going to cure that, because my finger is a funny shape, that one is. I'm going to pause it a second, prep the other ones and come back. Okay, right, so we're here. We're going to be doing Victoria on this nail. So this is the thermal, pretty much doing exactly the same as what I've done on the other nails. And yeah, I'm just going to let you watch this anyway and enjoy it. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so now we're going to go back to Lucinda. This is the final nail. I just want to say as well, make sure you clean the excess polygel from underneath the nail tips. It looks a lot better. Make sure you do that, and just make sure that it's nice and thin down the side walls and down the side of the nail tip edge as well. And just make sure you clean up around the cuticle area with a little brush if there's anything sort of overhanging. It will make your life a lot easier when it comes to filing as well. But this is a really surefire way to do cool, pretty polygel nails without the difficulty of dual forms and sculpting, and really get nice nails. I'm really into tips at the moment, and this is probably one of the first full polygel sets I've done on tips, and I've really enjoyed it. So I think it's probably the second one that I've done, and I love it. I think it's actually better than sculpting if you can wear tips. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. The only thing is I did lose one when I banged it against the wall. It popped off, but I think that's just down to the fact it would have happened whether I had polygel on there, whether I sculpted it or not. I banged it really hard against the wall and it just popped off the back, so I've got to replace that tip at some point. But yeah, I want to give this kit a massive thumbs up. I've really enjoyed wearing it. It's lasting, the thermal is so cool, and the colours are so beautiful. I love it. Give it a big thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed this, but if you do want to see me actually just do an overlay that's not speeded up, let me know, and I'll do a couple of nails in a video where I've not speeded it up and we just talk through it. So if that's the sort of thing you want to see, just comment below. Okay, so I've decided to show you how to file one. So I would go around the cuticle area there, and you'll see it's better that it's nice and neat because it's actually a lot easier, but I'm just thinning it out around this area so it looks neater, like that one does. But be really careful. Make sure if you're using a new file, make sure you've scored it. I like to use one that is a little bit older for this, but I don't have one now. That one's completely worn out. So I'm just checking the shape because I want these to be quite pointed on the end here. So I'm just coming in there and just making sure I've got it where I want it. Just giving it a little under there. And then I'm going to get a buffer, which I have. Yeah, I'm going to use this one. And then I'm just going to buff over them. You could use an e-file, but you don't really need to for this. Just make sure this bit looks nice and flat and the sides are nice and squared off. And then you just want to remove that and take away the roughness from the filing on the edge. But you don't want to lose this shape here, because you want that nice shape. I'm not the best at it, but I'm getting there. Probably think this could probably be a touch more here, but it's practice, I guess. Okay, so we've got that one. And then I'll just show you quick on here. So yeah, we'll come down this bit first, making sure that the file goes nice and straight, and just take away any bits that have overlapped and just make sure this bit straightens up, so that, see that bit there, it's a bit wonky on the end, straighten it up like so, just by going like on that bit only, so it gets it much straighter. I think it still needs a little bit more. Okay. You can even just get rid of that bit, right, going a bit like that maybe. Okay, and then we're going to come on the other side as well, which is difficult to do on film, but so yeah, you're going to do the same thing here. Like, straighten that bit off. It's difficult to do on film, this is. I can't really show you that bit on film, I'm sorry. It's hard for me to do because that thing is all bent, so I have to push the finger in to look at it like that. I want to do that. Okay. So yeah, we want to point this up on the end. Okay, and then I'm going to come around the edges. Alright, flatten these bits off here so they look thinner, and come over the top here. Finishing off the buffing here, just making sure the side walls are nice and thin and there's nothing like no rough edges, and it's nice and smooth, ready for the top coat. So that's really all I'm doing. I just make sure this is where you finalize your shaping and making sure that you're happy with it. Don't over file, because you know you can file right into the product and make it look worse. Just give it a nice even smooth quick file. If you've done all your cleaning up before you cured, you should not need to do much filing here. yeah, so that one doesn't look too bad now if I do that. That finger bends like that way. I damaged it when I was younger and it never really set straight, and this one bends that way. They sort of go like that, these two fingers do. They don't sit comfortable like those ones. They sort of wonk out. It's not that the nails are wonky, it's my fingers. There's nothing I can do about that. They look better that way. So I'm going to do that on all of them, come back when we're ready to add the top coat. Okay, right, so this is what we've got so far on them. I'm going to top coat these now because I would anyway, even if I was adding nail art, because if you make a mistake, say when you're stamping and you was to wipe it off this, it would stain it bad and you would have to probably file off the mistake. So if you've got a top coat, it protects it from having to, you put in acetone on it to wipe off your mistakes. So yeah, it just protects it from that, really. So we're just going to top coat them all. I'm just adding on the top coat now and curing that for 30 seconds. I always double top coat. I just think it's better. I want to say I've been wearing these for about a week now. The top coat didn't chip or anything like that. So yeah, all I've done since then, when it's been grown out a little bit, is I've just buffed around where the cuticle is, where it grown out, and I've just added another layer of top coat because I want to try and leave these on a little bit, at least a month or something, to give my nails a good rest. But overall, I've really enjoyed wearing this kit, and I'm going to stick some pictures up of it at the end with the thermal and the hot and cold images, so you'll see what this kit looks like. And I will come back and show you them, and then that'll be it for today. So that is them, and then either in this video or in the next video we'll be decorating them in some like gothic vampire style. I mean, I may do a separate video, but I'll probably decorate both hands. I think that's what I'm going to go with. But anyway, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot to film the main clip for the end of this, but I've been wearing these now for a good week. Let me just bring this forward. I've been wearing these now for a good week. So these are the Polygel nails that I did with the SXC. I banged one off, stumped my nail straight into the wall during the bed, and it popped here, so I've had to take it off, but I'm just going to put another one on with the same Polygel because I'm going to wear it for a bit longer. So this is what they look like warm, and I'm just going to stick some pictures up of them in the cool mode and the thermal mode as well. And yeah, it's a really cool Polygel. I didn't get a chance to design them just because I've had some stuff going on and I just didn't have time, so I apologise for that. But I've actually enjoyed wearing them like this, so yeah, thumbs up, big thumbs up to the SXC Vampire kit. I love the warm colours, I actually really like it, and I really like the cool colours as well, so it's been pretty nice to wear. So yeah, overall thumbs up. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I'll link it down below. I do have a 10% off code. I think it might be pumpkin 10 for their main website, so I'll link all that information down below in case you want it. But you purchase it from the USA Amazon or from their main website, but they've only got a USA shipping at the moment, but hopefully they'll have an UK shipping quite soon because they're all trying to get that organised. So just be patient if you're in the UK, because I think it is coming. And that is it, so thanks for watching. Bye.